Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to share with you some of the ways I like to incorporate bits and pieces of everyday life into my junk journals. I'm going to share these ideas with you from 3 of my junk journals. One is a junk journal I made for my grand kitty Meadow. That's this one here. It holds pictures, memories, and stories from our visits with her, so when she comes to stay at our home. The next is my current junk journal. I made this one at the end of last year, and I use it to document life, work through hard feelings, make future plans, and I also play with different art mediums in it. This one here, the green one, is my junk journal from last year. One of my most favorite parts about keeping a junk journal is the fact that there are no rules. I don't work in chronological order, and I share things from both the past and the present. This page here is an example of the past. My son is 26 years old now, and this was from his kindergarten journal where he talked about someday owning a cat that he would love and name him, he said, Anna. I thought it was a sweet thing to add to my Grand Kitty Meadows junk journal since my son is her cat dad. And I just love how it just adds a little bit of personality to the page. My son also authored this note. He wrote it to me around the same age, and it makes my heart so happy to see his little handwriting. I often include things like this in my junk journal because it brings me joy. The next thing I'm going to share is a mini gouache painting I made in my junk journal. It's far less intimidating to do something like this in my junk journal than it is to face a blank white page. So including artwork in your junk journal is an easy way to add memories and decoration as well. This was a gift I received, this little piece of artwork, and it actually holds a lot of memories, and I used it as a pocket on this page. This next page is also an experiment in artwork. I used pen drawings. I made pen drawings of things that were making me happy at that moment in time. Product packaging is another fun thing to include in junk journals. I used this tag here from a plant I received as a gift on Easter, and I just stapled it to the page and used it as a little pocket for just a little envelope that holds a card with more stories from the day and an image. Like I said, though, it shows kind of things that you like. It shows like this. I do candy packages a lot as well, but it shows seasonal things for me as well. That's something my sister gifts me every birthday are the Jelly Bellies. Packaging also has a lot of neat artwork. This came from a box. It's a kind of like a chestnut cream. That's a French product that you can add to yogurt and stuff. It's just adorable on my page, and I used that as well as a pocket. This next one here is just a card that came as an insert on some file folders that I purchased, and I plan on using it as a journal card, and I just tucked it inside of the pocket I had already created out of an old handkerchief. And then this one here is a junk journal tag that I made from a Keurig box. So you'll see it was kind of a favorite spring flavor. The blueberry flavor was. I clearly have a thing for treats, and you'll notice that as I share different examples of packaging here. I used this bag from some mini eggs that I had purchased last year as a holder for some photographs that I didn't really have room for on the page. My son graduated from college last spring, and I wanted to share several more images here on this page spread. So I did it using the bag, just cutting off the top, and then I stuck it to the page. Sometimes I use double-sided adhesive, sometimes I use staplers, but it's an easy way to add more ephemera or pictures to a page. This here shows a couple examples of packaging. On the left is a perfume box. So I wear one really scent, that's it, one signature scent, and I sprayed some of it on the cards so you can smell it in my journal. And then on the opposite page, M&Ms were my favorite treat as a child, and I wrote about that and what I remember about M&Ms when I was little. I wrote about that on the page. This here was from a bag I had gotten in Paris from a famous bookstore, and I used it as a flap on the page just to extend the page a little bit. That's some examples of some images that were taken when I had my colors done last spring. And this is just a sticker from a gluten-free pizza package that I peeled off and put in my junk journal. And here's some ephemera. This is a coffee cup holder from Hold the Wheat in St. Louis Park. I used that as just a place to insert things on my page. And here is some packaging from some Nema gluten detector capsules. And I wrote about how life-changing the Nema capsules and the Nema sensor has been to my life since my celiac diagnosis. I wrote about that on the packaging. The rest of what I'm going to share is sort of a mishmash of ideas. I love using my junk journals to share collections. And on the left, you'll see a bunch of washi tapes that I had just gotten probably within a few months of this junk journal, of creating that page. But washi tape samples, that's a good way to fill a page and to show a collection of your favorite washi tapes. This here is our little swatches of my nail polishes. These are obviously in my cool summer palette, but these are my nail polish colors that I tend to wear, and I just painted them directly to the page or on the page. This is a page of produce labels. I'm peeling off all of the produce labels that I'm getting when I go to the grocery store and adding them just to create a collection of labels on this page. I often share medical ephemera, scans, copies of scans. I write about test results, things like that in my junk journal. I include as well travel brochures, airline ticket stubs, and things like that to kind of help share the story. On the left page here, you're going to see an example of my cut and paste journal prompts. These are available in my Etsy shop, and I'll share a link in the description of this video. But these are great for filling in pages when you have random pages in your junk journal, and they also help encourage you to share some of your own stories. The dress here is a cutout from a piece of mail that I received, a catalog that I received, and it's filled with lovely images of dresses and things like that. The right is a tape transfer, and I showed an example of making that as another video on my YouTube channel. This is a bookmark made by a friend of mine, and I stapled it to the page. I wanted to include it in my junk journal, and I especially love how the little fringy top hangs off the edge of the page, but I wanted a way to just kind of always preserve it. And on the left here, this is a photocopy of a tea towel. And I had talked about this a little bit on my blog, but that's just a way to remember something that will eventually wear out and be long forgotten. It looks like a cute backdrop on this page. So it's just an easy way to add color and style to your page. Here are some movie ticket stubs, along with a movie poster we received when we went to go see the movie Dune. So obviously, movie ticket stubs can show like snapshots from time, what's popular, what your interests are, things like that. So those are important things to also include in your junk journal. Here are some more movie tickets. I added these stubs on a page from lots of moments in time last year, and I decided to do it more like a collection. 3D ephemera is also a fun thing to add to your junk journal as long as it's not too thick and bulky. This was a bracelet that I had made for the Taylor Swift concert, and I decided to staple it to the page to keep it as a remembrance of the night. The next page also shows how you can print up and share lyrics, song lyrics in your junk journal. You can write about what it inspires in you and also share some of your favorite songs that way in your junk journal. The next page I'm going to share with you is just an example of a card. I received a card, and we all receive different cards, birthday cards, thank you cards, and things like that. And this one had cats on it, and I thought it was perfect for my junk journal about my grand kitty. And the next page here shows a lottery ticket. Now, I didn't play this lottery ticket, I didn't do this. This was someone else's losing ticket, but it was super cute with the grumpy cat picture on it, and I thought it would be perfect for Meadow's junk journal as well. Keep your eyes peeled for everyday ephemera. After all, incorporating things that most people would consider trash is how junk journaling got its name. I hope you enjoyed these ideas, and I'll be back soon with more. Have fun! Bye.